So guys, we've got Sam back on the channel with us.
Good to be back.
Now, we've got a question for you, Sam. What are the top 3 tips for new golfers?
That's a good one. It's quite important if you're really just starting new to maybe, if you're going to do some practice, put most of your time into practicing on and around the greens, because it's a bit easier to get the hang of like putting and chipping. It's quite difficult to get the hang of,
So
being
focus
able to
on
hit
the
a
short
driver.
game.
Yeah, and then work back from there. I know when well, Tiger Woods, his dad, when he started golf, that's what he did. He started him with really short putts and he worked him back and back and back.
So almost play the game backwards.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
work from
the whole backwards. Because obviously, the further away you are and the further you have to hit the ball, it's more difficult. So I think it's quite easy. It'll be quite easy to get disheartened trying to hit a driver and a long iron and over a bunker or whatever, that sort of thing. If you don't really know what the ball's going to do anyway. So I think if you work from the whole back, it's quite a good way of doing it.
So tip number 1.
Tip number 1 is
work on your green work.
Yeah, work on and around the greens and back from there.
Okay.
Tip number 2.
Secondly, well, it's quite similar really, but I would say probably best to start at a shorter course like Starcross here. It's quite good.
Perfect this place.
Here, a pitch and putt. There's no point, just going straight out onto a full ball.
No, I think the anxiety of playing a golf course as well.
Yeah, a lot of golf courses can come across quite stuffy when actually most aren't. But if you're new to golf and you don't really know it,
can be quite daunting.
Yeah, it's quite a common perception, isn't it?
Another brilliant thing, guys, if you are getting into golf, getting down to somewhere like a pitch and putt or an approach course.
Yeah.
Often you can hire clubs, which is another bonus.
Yeah.
So you haven't got to buy all the equipment first, have you?
No, you haven't got to do that. So like here we hire clubs out for £3 and you have that all day, balls as well.
It's good, isn't it?
So I think if you do that, you're less likely again to get disheartened, and it's quicker as well. If it's a little 9-hole course, a short course, you can get around an hour and a half, 2 hours. If you try and play a full course, it could take you 5 hours and lose a load of balls.
Definitely. Plus, you get better players come up behind you
getting
quite
showered
fast.
at by golfers behind.
Pressure.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Tip number 3.
Lessons probably after you've played a few rounds and you can get the ball in the air more often than not, and you've worked out a way of doing it your way. I would say, probably see a local pro and have a couple of lessons. And they should sort of point you in the right direction as well.
Now, is there any downside to not getting lessons? Because I know myself, Vint, you as well, we've never had lessons.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it yourself. It's what works for you, really.
But if you don't get lessons, can you get into some bad traits, bad habits that are even harder to get out of and stop?
Yeah, you can, but like everybody's body is different anyway. Like I haven't got the most orthodox swing, and I did have a few lessons when I was younger, but I didn't really listen. So I always wanted to do it my own way. I have lessons now, but I think it's important to be able to do it your own way, really, and then have lessons and work on what you've got.
I think that's a big thing as well. I mean, there's so many videos out there on the perfect golf swing, when there actually really isn't. There's a textbook golf swing, but everybody's swing can be different. Even the pros.
Like Jim Furyk, one of the best golfers of all time, and he looks like an octopus falling out of a tree.
Well, you've done well. You're a +2/3 around that mark at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah,
so you're very good.
I'm 25 and I started having lessons properly really when I was about 18, 19. So,
So you didn't start off.
No, I got to scratch really without any lessons.
Yeah, it's a pretty good go, isn't it?
Very good going.
Right, Sam, well, thanks for that. That's Sam Williams. 3 top tips for getting into golf if you're a beginner or just starting out, really. Like we're still beginners, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're rubbish, but we enjoy the game. Check out Starcross Golf. We'll put a link up here, and take care of yourselves. Cheers,
See you
guys.
in the next one, guys.